Hello, and welcome to Totally Schway, a podcast about the DCAU and whatever the hell else I want it to be about. My co-host name is Luke.
And the lady's voice you just heard there is Mary.
That's right. That's my name.
Yeah, thrown you off there, haven't I? And you're the one that diverged from the script.
Yeah.
You've really thrown yourself off.
Here's the thing, guys and gals and everyone else, including Gilgamesh right there. There is no script.
No. As if they couldn't tell there's no script.
Yeah. So how are you today?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing?
Could be better, but certainly isn't the worst I've ever felt.
Good.
As you know, if there is a sickness out there, I will probably end up getting it. So I have been well for about, a month? I think a month? Maybe two? I can't remember. It's coming, I'm sure. Give it another month or two and I'll be sick again. Do you have any news for me today?
No, I don't think I do.
Oh!
I know. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Oh, no, I'll tell you. There is a little tiny bit of personal news, isn't there?
Is there?
Yeah, yesterday we finished moving all of the comics into storage.
News.
That is news. Well, I'll tell you why it's news is because I put a video out on my comics channel talking about my first comic, or at least the first comic I can remember reading, which was a British reprint of an issue of Batman. And at the end of the video, because as I always do in my comics videos, there's always a little jokey segment about what stupid stuff I've bought, and it's taken up all the space. Well, we put a very brief video clip, like 25 seconds long, showing all 45 comic boxes all stacked up in the storage unit, and there are some other boxes in there as well, but you know.
You did not show the other side, though.
No, I didn't show the other side.
I will tell you what's on the other side.
I know what's on the other side. Go and tell them what's on the other side.
A TV stand?
Yep.
Old Christmas tree?
Yes.
A trolley?
Yes.
It's so over here. There's a lot of people that do grocery trolleys. I think they're becoming a big thing in the States too, because a lot of people here are like, I guess we take buses and stuff. I mean, we have a car now, but it's when I didn't. And I don't know what else.
There's a bunch of Mondo BTAS action figures.
Yeah.
There's like 8 of them, and I've got. Oh, don't even get me started on how many are left in our old place that we need to move them to.
So I am so excited that I'm going to be able to help you organize that in a better way.
You can leave my stuff alone. It's going in the way I want it to go in. You can sort out your stuff. That's fine.
What he means is I'm going to let you do it when I get really tired and I don't want to do it anymore. Because that's it. No, he's kind of joking, kind of not. But what I'm more mean is like I really love. I've got a love of mini printers, don't I?
Yeah, I'm fine with you making like.
Yeah, that's maybe
leave my boxes alone
because I'm not touching them.
Good.
The stuff that I have now. Oh yes, it's going to look very nice whenever I can get the energy to actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we get to the topic at hand?
Yes, we shall.
So, this is why I love Wonder Woman. We have spoken about Wonder Woman a lot on this channel, on this podcast. There's a reason for that. I love Wonder Woman. I love, what she stands for. I love, everything about her. A lot of the different women, the different Wonder Women that have been out there, I can probably say there's something I like about each one of them because it keeps the original like aura of Wonder Woman, the original like wham bam thank you ma'am, that's why we like you, is that she is brave, bold, at times snarky, and she's for the people. And she is a leading lady that doesn't need anyone else. But she's also somewhat of a team player.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I love her. And the
The
fact,
end.
no, maybe not. Um, there's just so many characters out there in the comic universe, in the TV universe, in the movie universe that try this, but they don't do it as well. It's always um, one side of the spectrum where it's totally lovely feminist that hates men, which I mean, to be honest with you, I could have been that in the 60s. Or you have Dame in Distress. Whereas I feel that Wonder Woman is on another spectrum of, and that spectrum being, I can beat somebody's ass if I need to, but I would rather do this peacefully and in a way that's not violent. But if I need to, let me get my lasso and I'll show you. And that's what I love about it. It's almost like in the Wild West what a true cowgirl would have been, you know? Because you have that cowboy that's, fighting for whatever, and then the cowgirl type of thing. So yeah, that's kind of what I see in my head, and you can take uh lead anytime you like, Luke.
Yeah, no, I was letting you say your piece.
Yeah, I think I'm just mumbling now,
I didn't think
but
so.
I do have a list of things,
Oh, do you?
but I'll let you talk a little bit about Wonder Woman first. Give some insight on Wonder Woman.
Okay, well, so Wonder Woman's been around since 1941.
Hmm.
She was like a World War II figure. I know America wasn't fighting World War II in 1941. Don't think they were.
But a lot of comic writers,
Yes.
illustrators, and creators
Yes.
were from that part of the world.
Well, yes, they were, or at least they had ancestors that were
Yeah,
still felt connected to those
exactly.
communities. I mean, Captain America was created in the comic books before America got into World War II, and the cover of his first issue is Captain America knocking out Hitler
Yes.
um, by the late great Jack Kirby. So I think maybe I'm incorrect in saying this, but I think that for many Americans they felt like getting into World War II was inevitable. But anyway, Wonder Woman was kind of made in this era to be a strong feminine character for not just girls to look up to, but for men to look up to as well. And her creator, um, what's his name, Dr. William Moulton Marston, he was a psychologist or a psychotherapist, and he very much intentionally set out to create a feminist hero. And I know in this day and age, if people say feminism, they think, oh, that means hating men, which is not at
That's
all what it means.
true.
Yeah, that isn't what it means. That's just what mouth breathers
That's just how I feel.
think.
Joking.
Yeah, I know you are. Like anything positive that is inclusive or respectable towards all types of people, those kinds of unpleasant people try to weaponize it and turn it into something it isn't. See also the term woke, affirmative action, politically correct, etc., etc. Long history of that. It's never going to change.
Diversity.
Yeah, diversity, DEI as well. All very positive things that they try to frame as something negative.
Yep.
Uh,
Which aren't negative, which
no,
are great, positive things that the world should have already had to make it work better. But unfortunately, y'all know the type of world we live in.
yes, yeah. Unfortunately, I do. I do. But yeah, so Wonder Woman, she initially started out as in her origin, the soldier, I guess Steve Trevor, crashes on Paradise Island, which is this woman ran entirely by women, or Themyscira, you might call it as well. And she wins a tournament to get the right to take him back to man's world. And she sticks around after that. Now, in Justice League, the cartoon is very different. She is a runaway. She knows about all of the hardship going on in the world, and says to her mother, the queen, that, shouldn't we do something about it? Shouldn't we bring enlightenment to these people and show them the error of their ways? And Queen Hippolyta is just like, nah, leave them to it. They're losers. But she
Well,
defies her mother. She steals the costume and the bracelets, or the gauntlets, I suppose you could call them, and runs off to defend Earth from the alien invaders, the forces of the Imperium, which I think is quite fitting, quite thematically rich. And yeah, and I think that there are some people that are critical of this version of Wonder Woman because she doesn't have as large a role or is as well defined as, say, Batman and Superman.
we're talking about the DCAU one now.
Yes, yeah. And I can see where they're coming from, but I still think she had a very significant role. And she did have several episodes that centered around her and Paradise Island or Themyscira. Yeah, I think there were some very good episodes. Now, granted, she didn't get the in-depth look into her backstory that perhaps they may have liked. She often relied on her physical strength rather than her intellect, which I think is fair criticism. But overall, I think she's a really good character. I think she's generally well presented in this show.
She all right.
She's all right. Yeah.
No, okay. I love Wonder Woman. We all know this. So shall I start going over my list? It's a little list. I shall warn you.
A little list.
Yeah.
Okay.
For what it could have been.
So wait a minute. You're saying that there is kind of a partial script here?
I wouldn't say that. I would just say I have things written down that might be said, but might not be.
Okay, fair enough. Let's go with it then.
Why I think Wonder Woman is a badass. She's political and she knows how to spot a baddie. And I'm not just talking about a supervillain. I'm talking about she knows. She's got that instinct to know when something's not right with someone and either they're like hiding spy secrets, like what is the buttercream recipe that Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis's mother used, or where a needle is in a haystack.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're referring to there because she, in the Justice League episode Maid of Honor, she forms a friendship with.
Yes.
Oh, what was the princess's name?
Can't remember her name.
Princess Audrey, that was it. Princess Audrey of Casnia. And she's like, yeah, there's something funny going on here, Audrey. That guy you're going to marry looks weirdly like Vandal Savage. I'm pretty sure he's a villain. But no, he's reformed. That was his grandfather. He's trying to make up for it. I don't believe you.
And something that I like about that is a lot of people go on about how Batman kind of just gets it. Like he just knows when he walks into a room that he's like, that guy, something's wrong with that man. As in like something like he's a bad guy, but maybe just like in politics or something. But they've put that in Wonder Woman as well.
Yeah.
And it's really nice to see that it's not just a Batman thing or just a guy thing, because everybody has those instincts, but some of them are stronger than others.
Yes, yeah. I think at times as well, because she's relatively new to air quote man's world, she comes across as a little naive. Like when she goes to, I think it's in the same episode actually, where she goes to.
Was it the nightclub?
No, I was thinking of when she goes to the mall, and there's like these sales women trying to get her to try the perfume and the makeup, and she's like, "Why would anyone want to hide their natural beauty?" And that woman looks at her and goes, "Have you seen your cheekbones?"
I need all that makeup I can get.
Yeah. I was going to say so do I, and I thought, no, don't say that.
I think you're beautiful.
Well, thank you. That's very kind.
Okay. Susan Eisenberg voices her. So that makes her badass. Anyway.
Yeah, Susan Eisenberg seems like a nice lady.
I said as we, but I meant as well. I just forgot the L's.
Okay.
she's a warrior physically and emotionally. And I think this is one of the main things that makes me gravitate toward Wonder Woman because I think a lot of us have been through especially as like millennials or anything like that, or people around the time millennials have seen, because loads of people have seen the same time, especially like in the news, and like in the early 2000s and stuff like that. We've been through it, okay? Emotionally, physically, mentally. And it's nice that even through the flying, the golden lasso, the lasso of truth, the invisible jet,
Mm.
we can still see the human aspect
Yeah.
of Wonder Woman. And it feels good because it's a realness that each person who has written for Wonder Woman has probably gone through something incredibly traumatic or incredibly difficult,
Hmm.
and they have put that in Wonder Woman in some sort of way.
Yeah.
And the fighting physically and emotionally, yeah, it hits home.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting in the first couple of seasons of Justice League, they stripped away some of the fantastical elements of Wonder Woman, like the invisible jet and the lasso of truth. She had the lasso, but it didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until Justice League Unlimited later on where I think it was Hephaestus activated it and
Mm-hmm.
it started glowing and could compel people to tell the truth. And she was like, "Oh, I never knew it did this."
Yeah,
Oh. Um,
who knew?
but yeah, it's. I think what everything you said there is correct. Yes.
And if it's not, I don't care. I should probably stop messing with stuff while I'm on the microphone, like papers and things.
Mhm.
I'm fidgeting. Okay, I've done this one, this one, this
Well,
one.
you said something about being a warrior physically and emotionally, and I just thought of a really good example of that.
Go for it, dude.
So in Hereafter, when the Superman Revenge
Yes.
Squad turn up, and so who is it? It's Calabac, Livewire, Toyman, Metallo, and Weather Wizard, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like rampaging through Metropolis, and they're going to kill Superman. They didn't count on the Justice League turning up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the first thing they do is like get rid of Metallo because he's the one that can hurt Superman. And Wonder Woman's fighting. She gets trapped under some rubble by an explosion. I think my memory's a little hazy at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But the important thing is that she had been fighting, and Toyman tries to shoot her with his disintegrating ray, and Superman like dives in front of them and takes the brunt of the force and is apparently killed. And Wonder Woman's reaction is to smash Toyman's machinery and rips him out of it. And you see him as this kind of weak, pathetic, snivelling little dork. And she holds him by the collar, essentially lifts him off the ground, and says she's going to punch a hole in his head. And then the Flash says, "Come on, Superman wouldn't want you to do this." And she's like, "Yeah, but I want to do this."
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't, out of respect for
Exactly.
Superman. And you see the tears like streaming down her face as she's very firmly saying, "I want to do this, but I'm not going to."
Yeah, because you don't see her cry. I think that's one of maybe two or three times that she cries.
Might
It,
only be one, actually.
yeah,
Maybe two.
yeah. I like that it's not because somebody has hurt her physically or somebody's hurt her by like breaking up with her or something. Somebody has taken away a family member of hers, like
Yes.
essentially a family member of hers, and somebody who was important to her.
Yes, and it's not so much that they've taken them away. I mean, obviously it is that, but
Yeah.
it's more that that person sacrificed themselves to
Yeah.
save her.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the truth of it. And also, a great example of her, I'll say fortitude. Let's say that is I could be mistaken here, but when she ends up getting banished from Themyscira because she brought the Justice League there to help stop Hades from escaping from the underworld.
Mm-hmm.
They're all given awards because they saved the island. Fantastic, but Diana had broken their most sacred rule, like no men on the island, and she was banished. and she doesn't like break down in tears and beg and plead. She accepts her punishment, even though it breaks her heart, and she leaves.
Mm-hmm.
So it's quite telling then that when Superman is seemingly killed, that's the thing that causes the tears to come.
Yeah, that's true. And to be honest, it would happen to the best of us.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there are plenty of people that get misty-eyed when watching that scene in
I
Hereafter.
do, even though I know what happens. I'm gonna spoil it for people if they haven't seen it. He comes back.
He's not dead.
All right, let's go to another little one that I like. Her heart always wins, even if she's stubborn.
Can you elaborate on that?
So she might be like, no, this isn't going to happen. This is the wrong thing to do. Whatever, I'm not going to do it. She'll go back, she'll think for a little bit, whether that's for like a couple of seconds or like a couple of weeks or something. And then she'll be like, fine. And it's because her heart is telling her, yes, this is the right thing to do, even if you don't like it. Does that make sense?
I think it does, yeah.
Yeah.
You think about that same episode with where Felix Faust turns the Amazons to statues and makes
Oh,
Wonder Woman go around
yeah.
collecting up artifacts to free Hades. She tries to do it on her own.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, nope, this is my
Exactly.
challenge. I'm doing it myself. This is my burden. I'm not letting anyone else help. And then she ultimately sees the error of her ways and lets her friends help, and they succeed.
Because in her heart, she knows she can't do that on her own. This is
Yeah,
one of the times where she has to say, okay, I need help.
yeah.
I'll tell you, as a stubborn person myself, I would fear for Themyscira. Honestly, because you know
everyone,
me.
everyone would be statues still.
You know me. I'd be like, girl, I'm sorry, but I'm not getting help. I'm going to do this myself.
You'd be made into a statue yourself with that. Don't care. I'm not doing it.
Probably. But it'd be a beautiful statue because I was on Themyscira. And I was molded out of clay.
So what
What was a lasso?
she does, and as we mentioned earlier, it's not the lasso of truth, at least until later on when it gets supercharged.
Hmm.
Um, and it's funny because she doesn't really use it all that much, but it's useful when she does.
Yeah. She holds Themyscira in her heart, but always tries to do what's best for the world.
Yes, yeah, that's very much demonstrated in her origin, isn't it? Where the concern for Queen Hippolyta is that by opening themselves up to man's world, it will corrupt or
Mhm.
destroy Themyscira. And I think Diana keeps that in mind. She says, yes, okay, fine, but we're still going to go and help them.
Which leads me on to my next one.
Oh, really?
She bows down to no man.
Do you know what episode I immediately think of when you say that? For the
No.
man who has everything. So when she goes to the Fortress of Solitude for Superman's birthday, and Superman's trapped in the Black Mercy plant, and Mongol
Hmm.
is there.
Hmm.
Mongol is the person she has this fist fight with. Now Mongol is much stronger than her, and he keeps her at bay, but she does not give up.
No, she does not.
She does not give up at all, even when she uses alien weaponry to try and help. Um, he tells her to submit, and she's just like, lol, no, and keeps hitting him.
So with this, I'll actually skip one for now
Mm,
and go to my last one. Well, it's not really my last one, but it's what I've written down. She doesn't hate men.
no.
She just doesn't trust most of them at first.
I,
Relatable.
I don't know if I'd go as far as saying she didn't trust them, but she's aware that,
I don't think she trusts
well,
anybody,
maybe.
but especially
What? Doesn't trust anybody?
well, at first when she like first meets them, because she has to do her own little investigation in her head.
Mm,
Again, whether that's 30 seconds or 30 years, it's like,
okay. Yeah, okay. All right, I can see that.
yeah.
Yeah. She's guarded. She's aware of the dangers of man's world because she spent her whole life being told, don't go out there. It's an awful place. People hate each other. They treat each other so badly. They don't deserve our help.
Damn you, Steve Travers! Just
Yeah. Well,
kidding.
it's funny actually. Steve Trevor didn't crash on Paradise Island, did he? He was in the World War II flashback, but they reused that idea in the episode with Aresia, the rogue Amazon that tries to kill off all men.
Mm-hmm.
They have a sea captain wash up on the island instead, but he doesn't make it. He has died. Or he
Yeah.
dies shortly after arriving, but he had saved the infant Aresia and kept her afloat at a cost of his own life.
Yeah.
And he's like the only man buried on Paradise Island. So Hippolyta says, no, not all men are bad. No, there's no such thing as like universal evil. Um, they're decent people too. A man had protected Aresia. It's just that there are a lot of bad people.
Mm-hmm. And then the last one that I'm going to talk about today.
Okay.
She is blunt, to the point, and at times competitive.
Yes, she's not very forgiving either, is she?
Oh, I know. To be honest with you, I should have put that on there because I'm like that.
So you think about what happened with Hawk Girl, where Hawk Girl betrayed the Justice
Oh,
League,
yeah, yeah.
and Wonder Woman is one of the few members that voted to kick her off the
She
team.
was like,
And
nay.
she was very vocal about it. And even when Shaira returned, she was hostile towards her. She said, "All right, I am willing to work with you, but I don't like you,
Yeah.
and we will never be close again." Now, of course, that changed over time. Yes, that changed over time, and she was like, "Yeah, all right, you're not so bad. I forgive you." But it took a while.
And to be honest, that's real.
Yeah.
This isn't one of those, like, a lot of times with Wonder Woman, it doesn't give me after school special.
No.
It gives me more of a realistic thing rather than it has to be done in 30 minutes because she was not forgiving for more than 30 minutes or 22 minutes or however long it is now.
Yeah.
um and it was nice because it's like, oh, we all kind of, I don't know if we all have those feelings, but I have those feelings, speak for myself, where there are people in my life that I still haven't forgiven for things that they've done, no matter how big or how small.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas there are people that I have forgiven after years and years, and it kind of made me feel good when I watched, that uh, that arc,
Mm-hmm.
the hot girl arc where people are just mad at her because that's real. People do get mad at other people, especially with family, because you expect something out of them, which is love, loyalty, uh, not hitting you in the face with
A mace.
an mace. Um, and unfortunately, Wonder Woman, I say unfortunately, uh, but unfortunately, Wonder Woman has gone through betrayal with Hot Girl, and it shows. And it's like, goddamn, we've all felt something like that, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not going to be like, it's not going to happen at the beginning of the episode and be done by the end of the episode. It's not like she ran over your foot with a bicycle.
Hmm.
Like, girl, she tried to take over your whole planet.
Yeah, yeah.
She hurt people. And yeah, it's like I said, I think I said this in the beginning, is there is some real aspects of Wonder Woman, and it's really, really nice to be able to say that about a lot of the Justice Leaguers.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag JLass.
Hashtag JLS. You just reminded me there. I was thinking about Starcrossed, the story where
Mm-hmm.
Hawkgirl betrays the Justice League. And do you remember the scene where, after the League have been caught, it's basically Wonder Woman that like leads the escape. She's got her hands bound, and she says to her jailer, "Okay, you've brought me some food, but how am I going to eat it with my hands bound? You're going to have to hand feed me." And so he gets his knife out and he like skewers this gross looking meat and hands it to her slowly so she can bite it off the knife. But instead, she bites the knife away from him
Mm-hmm.
and gets herself free. I just think that was a very good.
And that's another thing that I should have written down.
Oh, go on.
If I ever get kidnapped, which is highly doubtful, as my mama used to say, like your mouth, they'll give you back and some. I know how to defend myself from it. I bite. I'm not good at punching, I'll be honest with you.
No, she's not.
Um, I mean, if I had to, I probably could, you know. But I could definitely, like on my phone, rewatch some of Wonder Woman's moves as it was happening. I'd be like, girl, or guy, or robot, or something, you know? So it would be, I would be able to, yeah, after I let them, you know, just, uh, call me bad names and stuff, I'd be like, you know what, this is a good vacation.
Hmm.
Like, give me some time. It's okay. I can zone you out. But then I'd be like, I will use the lessons that Wonder Woman put me through,
Hmm.
and we can get out of this.
So there's one thing I'm surprised you didn't mention:
What is that?
Batman.
Yeah, but see, I liked the idea of them being kind of, you know, like together and stuff like that. And they kissed, obviously. And I really loved that. But I also love the fact that they didn't end up together
Yes,
because that would have been so cliche. It would have been so overdone. And I just, although I would ship them,
it's called fan service. That's what it's called.
yeah, but I just felt like it wasn't the place to do it.
Hmm. And that's one of the things I like about this portrayal of Wonder Woman. They avoided making romance a core element of her story. Now, obviously, there is,
Yeah, it
you
was,
know,
yeah, but that's with a lot of, you know, people, but this, it was just so brilliantly done.
yeah, because romance was a key part of Hawkgirl's story.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't need to make it a big part of Wonder Woman's
No.
as well. Um, and I agree with you. The whole Wonder Bat thing, yeah, okay, it's nice enough.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that it didn't work out. Um, I think it was very like it was a very mature representation of a relationship
Yeah.
for for what is basically a kids show.
Yeah.
Um, and they still loved and cared for each other, but
Yeah.
it was just not a sexual relationship.
Exactly. And that's fine because they were flirtatious. She was more flirtatious than he was at times.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, it's Wonder Woman. She's better at everything, isn't she? Um, but it didn't go too far. And I think it was really well done. Because like you said, the Green Lantern Wonder Woman, that would have been great. I would have loved that. Hot Girl Green Lantern arc, that was greatly done too.
Yeah.
Like, but it would have been way too much. Instead of being like a superhero thing, it would have been like,
Soap opera is what it
yeah.
would have been.
And I'm, you know, sometimes you just want to watch superheroes doing superhero stuff.
Hmm.
I mean, I know superheroes fall in love, but come on. The two, well, I would say three main love stories. One of them very, very small in terms of the JLAS
Hmm.
was Superman and Lois Lane. Because you didn't get much of that, but it was still kind of there. The second thing, which again, not too big, but still kind of big, was Martian Manhunter and his traumatic, you know,
Loss.
yeah. And then you had the hot girl Green Lantern thing. And I think if you would have added another relationship, it would have been way too much.
Yeah.
And why? They can love other people.
Hmm.
And you know what? Some people don't have a relationship. They just, you know, have good friends and stuff like that. And that's fine.
Speaking of love interests, how did you feel about the Steve Trevor, the way they handled Steve Trevor in the show? Do you remember?
Yes, I do. I think that was nicely done as well. It was short, but not in terms of like how she, you know, would love Steve Trevor as long as she did. Um, Beautiful. And then the way that, you know, she meets old man
Yeah.
Trevor, I thought that was very, this was before like Avengers movies came out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So having this little thing, it just, it was very poetic and
Touching as well.
touching,
Yeah.
yeah. It really got at your heartstrings because, you know, you want them to be together so bad. And you do eventually get that, but it's not always the way that you dream it up, is it?
No, no.
Again, that realism
Yeah.
with
I'm
all the
thinking,
absurdity, you
do
have
you
the
think
realism.
do you think it would be fair to say that they deliberately denied Wonder Woman romantic relationships then?
I don't know. I feel that they were just wanting to have Wonder Woman be Wonder Woman and not Wonder Woman and Steve and Wonder Woman and Batman and
Yeah.
Wonder Woman and so on and so forth.
Yeah, because Wonder Woman, I mean, as a side effect of being, a beautiful idealized woman, she is kind of presented in some in some ways as like an object.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they personally avoided putting her into romances to avoid objectification,
Yeah,
potential
yeah.
objectification.
And if they did, that's great.
Um, but yeah.
Because that's something that Wonder Woman in the comics and in the show do really well is not to objectify her too much.
Hmm.
Because let's be real, have we seen the suit? Objectification in
Uh,
comic book characters,
yeah, yeah.
especially the lady characters. Um, there's always a little bit, or most of the time, I should say, there is a little bit of objectification,
Yeah.
and it sucks sometimes because they don't always need to have like huge boobs, bubble butts, and like legs to the stratosphere.
Mm.
It's nice to see, but there it would be nice to see more of a realistic looking person.
Hmm.
Um, because where in her time was she able to get breast augmentation? Like where have like all of these women and men, where have they got the time to get pectoral implants and breast implants? Because that's the only way they would look like that. But yeah, that's a whole nother thing. And I like it sometimes, but with this Wonder Woman, although not completely realistic of what a woman of the time looked like, not too different than what women looked like at the time.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense. So Bruce Timm has got a very distinctive way of drawing women, um, and Wonder Woman kind of fits that model, but he doesn't like overly sexualize her. I don't think
Yeah.
he does anyway.
See, with Bruce Timm, it's a little bit different than the whole like completely like objectifying, the characters, because I love the way Bruce Timm illustrates. I love it, especially with women, because it's imperfect
Mm.
with all of his, and I'm sure he does that on purpose, whereas he's not looking for perfection, he's just drawing them, it is a
Mhm.
cartoon character. But with Wonder Woman, yes, she did have the big butt and stuff like that, but it wasn't like, not
Did
big
she?
butt, not big butt, I meant to say big boobs.
Uh,
um but it wasn't
I
like,
felt that she was proportional.
yeah, hear me out,
Okay.
but it wasn't like the I love Brian Ballin. That's one of my favorites. He is one of my favorites. But the boobs were just so round. You could be like, that's a double D cup
Hmm.
with a low profile and maybe not getting too close, but I think there's some texture on the inside. Of the outside of the implant, but on the inside of the
Hmm.
muscle. And you could tell, like, obviously they're different men, different people, but
What?
with this one, it felt because it was more of, let's say, like a tween slash teen driven show.
Hmm.
It seemed like it wasn't too overly done.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
you understand what I'm talking about.
Well, I do. I think that's all that matters.
Yeah. But that doesn't say that I don't love Brian Bolland's artwork, because
No.
my pillows,
Yeah.
my pillows are from Catch, or kitsch.
Kitsch, yeah.
And they're satin pillowcases that are though they're both Brian Bolland things, aren't they?
I think it's just the white ones who've got the Brian Bolland image on.
Are they?
Yeah, yeah.
And the other one doesn't that
It's got
have
60s Wonder Woman artwork.
okay, yeah. So it has like that iconic Wonder Woman with one of her knees up um images, and that is one of my favorites.
Yeah, standing up straight,
Yeah.
looking out to the distance.
Like as soon as I saw that, I was like, I think I ordered it before I even said anything. And I think we've got like 3,
I thought we had 2 sets of them.
well, yeah, maybe 4 of them now. I can't remember. But that's how much I love the Brian Bolland. And that says nothing about like the type of artwork, but I'm just saying like sometimes, especially like when you're geared toward a certain audience, maybe like the fake boob looking thing isn't the way to go.
Mm.
Although I do appreciate fake boobs. You ever see me outside and I'm super skinny one day and I'm starting to look like Wonder Woman but like 2 feet shorter than her? Pay no mind. Pay no mind, just the doctor. With that, I think we're finished.
I have one last thing I would like to mention.
I'm finished, yeah.
So, Wonder Woman famously was sculpted of clay, and her mother beseeched Zeus to breathe life into her, right? That's in the comics anyway.
Yeah.
One of the things I liked in Justice League is they acknowledge this origin.
Mm-hmm.
But she is very clearly Hades' daughter because she's got his hair.
Oh?
And Hades was in this universe. Hades was Hippolyta's her lover before he went all despotic, and she ended up casting him into the underworld and trapping him there. Yes, and he even says, I helped Hippolyta sculpt you. I bet that's a euphemism. And breathed life into you. And I think that personally, my take on it is that Hippolyta just told Diana that she was a mystical creation to avoid telling her that her father was the Lord of the Underworld.
Wait, hold on. Give me a moment. So the books I read in high school are wrong? That you're not molded out of clay and
Apparently
you're not summoned from mystical spells?
Apparently not. No, that's not the case.
What are they made?
Yeah, it's an
That's
interesting question.
another type of podcast, isn't it?
Yes, it is. How people are made.
Yeah.
Episode 1 coming soon. No, it's not. But I will just quickly say that the idea of Wonder Woman being a hero in like the Greek classical sense, as in one of her parents was a deity, DC have adopted that now, or at least they adopted it in like 2010-ish, when they made her a daughter of Zeus. So there we go. That's another way that the animated series impacted the mainline comics.
Word.
And with that, I'm done. I'm retiring.
So I'm going to end this thing today with saying thank you for listening. And I am proud to say that I finally found Cherry Diet Coke here in England. So if you've heard me sipping on that throughout the episode, I will confidently say it's delicious. With all of the chemicals and things like that in it, I'm gonna order more. No, it's been an okay week, and I hope you guys have a really good time listening to this. And if you don't, leave a comment, engage, tell me about it. My ban list and mute list has been getting bigger. But well, I say that I will tell people this because this is kind of important. I have muted one person, I think, because they were baiting people, not just myself. And I will not have that here because this is a place that brings me joy. And the people that I speak to on this channel bring me joy. And that is what it's going to continue to do. And people that come in and try to ruin that will be muted.
Fair.
Yeah. Because I will not have people messing with my people. All right? Okay. And Gilgamesh is like, hurry up because I'm tired of hearing you speak. All right. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, week, month, year.
Yeah. What are we
And
talking about next time? Shall I pick?
yeah,
I'm going to pick. So I'm going to keep.
do something that I actually want to do, not like a
Yeah.
new episode or
I'm not. I'm
something.
not.
Okay.
I'm going to pick something that I think you will be interested in talking about, and we're going to continue a theme with recent episodes.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I think next time we should talk about poison ivy.
Oh, I love her. And Pershing.
Diane Pershing, her
Yeah.
voice actress. She's a very nice lady.
She's a very beautiful woman, inside and out.
When I met her, she stood up and pointed at me and she went, "Who are you?" And I was like, "Woo!"
Oh, you know what? We could actually talk about that next time.
We will. We will. It was funny. I
Yeah.
think we've mentioned it before, but anyway, we'll talk about it next time.
That's why I don't care how many times you mention it, because as long as you're mentioning her, I'm listening. All right, bye guys. Oh, by the way, thank you, Doc, for sending me that New York Times thing.
Yeah, unfortunately, Alan Burnett beat you to it, but I didn't look at it until.
Not from me. I got it from you, who got it from Doc, because I saw it in the email thing too.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I say email thing. It's in my inbox, is
Yeah.
what it's called.
It was a New York Times game. I can't remember what it's called, but it was Batman themed, and I didn't get any wrong. Got a perfect score. But the last two, which were Vengeance and Mana, took a little while for me to get. I think I must have spent maybe 3 or 4 minutes playing it, so it felt like a long time.
I have no comment on how long it took me. I think it took me longer than that.
You spotted that Croc was in there as well, and you were like, "That's got to be one." No, it's not. What the hell?
I know. It was like, what? Like, I think that's one of the first things I actually saw. Anyways, bye guys. Love you. We'll talk more next time, I'm sure.
Bye.